In the previous session, we have taken the passageways of the respiratory system. Today, we are going to explain the difference between internal and external respiration. You can easily guess that the air you breathe is far from being clean. Depending on where you live, you may breathe in as much as 1 million particles of foreign matter per day. This is because of the pollution surrounding us. So what keeps your respiratory system as clean? Because that the nasal cavity, the trachea, and the bronchi are lined with cells that secrete mucus. This mucus prevents the foreign particles from entering inside the lung. Also, these cells are lined with a tiny hair-like projection. These projections are called cilia. Look here, these are the cilia, and this moving part is a foreign particles trying to get inside the lung, but the cilia is preventing it and trying to expel it outside your body. So the cilia constantly beat up in the direction of the throat to get rid of these foreign particles. They move these particles to where it can be swallowed or expelled. These foreign particles are expelled through coughing or sneezing. These cells prevent most of the foreign matters from reaching the lungs. So, cilia are very important for keeping your respiratory system as healthy and clean as possible. Back to the gas exchange. Where does gas exchange or respiration happen? It happens inside your lung. Where exactly? Inside your lung. We need to remember that each bronchus is branched into bronchioles. It looks exactly like the branches of a tree, like here. The bronchioles also are branched into many microscopic tubules that eventually open into thousands of thin-walled sacs. These thin-walled sacs are called alveoli. This is where the gas exchange occurs inside the respiratory system. Take a look here. This is the alveoli, the tiny sacs. Okay, and these are particles of oxygen and carbon dioxide. The gas exchange occurs by diffusion of oxygen from these alveoli to the blood capillaries, which are forming a network surrounding this alveoli, and returning back carbon dioxide to inside the alveoli to be expelled through the lungs to outside of the body. Alveoli, or alveolus as a singular name, is the sac of the lungs where oxygen and carbon dioxide are exchanged by diffusion between the air in the alveoli, and we can call it also alveolar air, and the blood. The clusters of alveoli, clusters here means a group of alveoli. Group of alveoli together forms a cluster. Are surrounded by, like we said, networks of tiny blood vessels. And we agreed before that these tiny blood vessels are called capillaries. Capillaries are very thin, and this what makes the gas exchange possible. Blood in these vessels has come from the cells of all the body parts, and it contains the waste. The waste here is carbon dioxide gas, okay, which is produced from the cellular respiration. In the cellular respiration, all the body tissues and cells take oxygen inside and expel carbon dioxide gas as waste to be taken back by the blood cells to the lungs to be expelled outside the body. Diffusion of gases takes place easily. Why? Because the walls of both alveolus and the walls of each capillary are very thin. Remember that we said the capillaries are only one cell thick, so are the alveolus. They are only one cell thick. There are two types of respiration: internal respiration and external respiration. So what is the main difference between internal respiration and external respiration? Internal respiration involves the exchange of gases between the cells of the body and the blood. So, internal respiration occurs in the metabolizing tissues. These metabolizing tissues take oxygen, use it beside glucose to produce ATP for maintaining energy. For external respiration involves the exchange of oxygen or carbon dioxide between the alveolar air. What is meant by alveolar air? The air inside the alveoli itself, and the blood, which circulates through the walls of the alveoli in the capillaries surrounding these alveoli. So, external respiration occurs in the lung. Again, internal respiration occurs in the metabolizing tissues, and external respiration occurs in the lung. Once oxygen diffuses into the blood vessels surrounding the alveoli, the heart will pump it to the body cells, where it would be used for cellular respiration, the main purpose from respiration and circulation of blood. So what is the waste product? In this case, it is the carbon dioxide gas. This is the waste product of respiration. Here, this is an alveolar sac. We said that it is surrounded by very thin, tiny capillaries, where the blood inside these capillaries are rich in carbon dioxide gas, so it is diffused into the alveolar sac, and at the same time oxygen is diffused to the capillaries. So what can you exclude from this? We can exclude that the blood, which is returning back from all body cells back to the lungs, would be rich in, right, carbon dioxide gas, and it would carry very little amount of oxygen, so it would be low in oxygen. Okay, this is the blood returning back from all bodies after the gas exchange to the alveolar sacs or to the lung in general. When carbon dioxide reach the alveoli, it diffuses from the blood into the air spaces in these alveoli. Okay? And during exhalation, to expel air outside your lungs, the carbon dioxide is removed at this time from the body. But at the same time, oxygen diffuses from the air in the alveoli and get inside the blood. So at this moment, the blood is rich in oxygen. What are the main terms for today's lesson? Cilia. Cilia are tiny hair-like projections preventing foreign substances from getting inside the lung. Alveoli are sacs of the lung where oxygen and carbon dioxide are exchanged by diffusion between air and blood. Goodbye.